So oops, it's still thinking, still thinking. Let's try that again. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Ink Designs. I typically hop on each Friday at 3 o'clock Central Time, but due to a change in plans, I am hopping on earlier. I have a Stampin' Up! Order coming in. What was supposed to be here Wednesday, it got delayed, so it's coming in today. I am leaving for Stampin' Up's Backstage Leader Conference on Monday morning, and so everything has to go out tomorrow, and tomorrow's mail. So I was like, it's going to be a frantically busy day today. So I thought, you know what? I have a little bit of time before those packages get here. So I thought I would hop on and do today's project a little early. So if I didn't get the notice out very quickly, so sorry about the late notice. So if you're looking for me at 3 o'clock this afternoon, sorry. I hope you'll watch the replay and enjoy it. It is a super fun project. All right, so today we are going to make this adorable, super cute 12 by 12 pet sampler with using the Pet Love bundle. And I am going to be doing an ordering promotion while I'm away at Backstage. So I'll tell you more about that later. So before we get into the project though, I do want to let those who are part of my my Sweet Creations Club. I'm telling you, my mind's everywhere today. All right, let me go ahead and share with you what I have coming up for the Sweet Creations Club. It is going to be featuring a new product called Up Petals. Now, you may notice this is new packaging. This is Stampin' Up's new packaging. So you may have heard, they're going to all photopolymer stamps. And so these fit nicely in these packages. So for the bundle, for the Up Petals bundle, you're going to have the photopolymer stamps, and then you're going to have the dies. Now, what I love about this one, the packaging is very, very easy to open and close, not unlike some of the die sets that we've had before. And I say that and I can't do it right now because there we go. So anyway, it is easy, I promise. What I love about the change is, one, you still have the images, but also two, the dies. I love having these images on the cover to be able to make sure that I have all the dies I'm supposed to have. Anybody ever have a loose die and you don't know what it belongs to? So I think this is going to be super helpful to locate those stray dies where they need to go. All right, so this is going to be for the December Sweet Creations Club featuring that bundle. It is going to make 4 cards, and 2 of them are using the pop-up mechanism. In the die set, there is this really fun, easy pop-up mechanism. You can do this, yes, by scoring and cutting on your trimmer. I know that. But you know what? Who wants to if you have a die to help you do it? And so then we have another one that goes sideways that way. And then it's also going to make a notebook or notepad holder. So the registration for the December Sweet Creations Club is open now until December 5th, 2025. If you are part of my monthly subscription, it is $43 a month. If you want to just try it for 1 month, it's $48. So if you want to check out the link, there is a link in the video description, and it will take you over to my website with the information for both the subscription and the 1 month option. So I want to let you know that was coming in December. Really beautiful project kit. All right, so let's get into the project for today. Here are the quick measurements. You will, when you're part of my email list, I do send you the project sheet showing the supplies that I use and images to help walk you through making it on your own. So if you're not on my email list, easy to join. Just there's a link here in the video description. Sign up. It will go out at 3 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. But if you happen to catch this video afterwards, no worries. You can just send me an email or reply to your welcome email when you join my email list and just let me know you would like this project sheet and I will send it to you. All right, so I'm going to share a little close up here. This is what it looks like. It's really easy to do. It does use the Pet Love bundle, but also too, I'm using what's called the party alphabet dies. Now the party alphabet dies are currently on back order till later this month. I'm also too using the paper tags dies. Now Coincidentally, they just happen to have some dies that look like a dog bone. So I thought they were really super cute to throw in and add to the sampler. It is a 12 by 12 sampler. The base background is the early espresso two-tone cardstock. So you do have a lighter brown on one side and a little bit darker on the other side. So you could choose whichever one you want to use. I just left it 12 by 12. Then I used here a piece of basic white cardstock. I did need a 12 by 12 piece. And this piece though measures 9 1/4 by 9 1/4 square. So that's kind of what everything is going to sit on all my panels. So let's go ahead and get into the project. Like I said, here are my 12 by 12 brown and my 9 1/4 by 9 1/4 white. I'm just going to set these off for now because I don't need them just yet. And let's start working through the panels. I'm going to actually, let me get out my sample here so I can see it. I'm just going to prop it up here. I can't get both in the same screen, so I'm just going to set it here so that I can see it to make sure I show you correctly how to put it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with all the Misty Moonlight panels. We'll go through those first, and that's all the background pieces. There we go. All right, so what we have here is we have 4 pieces of Misty Moonlight, and each of them measure 2.5 by 2.5. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got 4 of those. And then we have one piece that measures 3 by 5 1/4. Then we have one long piece that measures 3 by 8 1/2. So that is your Misty Moonlight pieces. Then what we're going to do is we're going to be layering on some crumb cake pieces. And these each measure, again, you got your 4 panels here. So these are each 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 because we want just a little bit of a layer. So we're going to add those. Then for this piece, I have a piece that measures it's 2 3/4 by 5. So again, I'm just going in 1/4 inch on each of these measurements. And then my last piece here is 2 3/4 by 8 1/4. So those are going to be all of our base panels we're going to put on the white layer. Now, I will tell you, when I was doing this and I was looking at it, I thought, you know, it was kind of a little plain here in the center. So what I did is there is a paw print die in the bundle. Here's the bundle right here, super cute. In the bundle, you have here these cute little paw print dies. So I thought, well, how cute would that be? Just take them and die cut your little corners. That way you have that fun little accent right there. So you can do that. I will recommend though, because these are kind of small, and even if you have a magnetic platform, they can kind of bounce around on the magnet. So I recommend just doing one at a time. I found that was a little bit easier than trying, even though you have 3 of the dies, I couldn't get all 3 to like stay in place. So just a little side tip there for you to help you out with that. So I have already die cut out those cute little paws for my 4 corners using the Pet Love dies. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue each of these pieces down. Does anybody have any plans for the weekend? Share them with me while I'm gluing, because this is going to take a while for me to glue all these. I don't have a whole lot after today. Today's going to be a really long day once my Stampin' Up! Order comes in. But once I get it all ready to go and out the door this weekend, I'll be packing. I'll mainly be cleaning clothes or washing clothes, packing to leave for backstage next week. Not too much else going on after that. All right, one more. Now I want to be careful that I avoid putting glue around my paw prints so that it doesn't leak through. Otherwise we got an ooey gooey mess. Okay, this is our last piece here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start building each of our panels. And so for the first one, I have a lot of stuff here, so I'm just going to dump it all out. The first panel is going to be our cute little mouse panel. So for that, I die cut out a circle with the Stylish Shapes dies. Let's see, what's the measurement of this circle? It is 1 3/4. And so then what I did is this is in basic beige cardstock. Then I use, these two are from the Pet Love dies, and this one is the heart charm that's in real red cardstock. This one I believe is in smoky slate cardstock, the cute little mouse. Now I want to snip off this little hole here that's on the charm because I really just want just the heart part of it. So I'm just going to take my scissors here, just snip off that little bit. And then I am going to pop up both of these with dimensionals. Now, I am going to be using a combination of both the regular dimensionals and mini dimensionals, which, you know what, I am like down to just a couple here. So we're going to grab the black ones today because apparently I am out or running out. So let's go ahead. We'll pop one here, kind of a little up and to the left, so it leaves room for my little mouse here on the side. I don't need a whole lot, probably one mini dimensional towards his face. And then I'll add just a little bit here at the back so that he can attach to the heart. So there we go, we have that. Now I'm going to take one of my square panels here and I'm just going to glue the mouse panel or the mouse on flat. I don't want to go too high on my dimensionals because a lot of it will depend on what kind of frame you're using. If you're using a 12 by 12 frame that's kind of flat, then you don't want your sampler to get squished. If you are using a shadow box frame, you can add more dimension and a lot of fun there. Okay, so that is panel number one. The next panel is going to be another square panel, and it is going to use the Stylish Shapes dies again. This is going to be a double banner die here. And it measures roughly 1 by 3 3/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this down. I'm going to use my paper charm. I'm going to line up the left points to my 2 3/4 mark, and I'm going to snip off the right side because I don't need that full banner there. All right, so next, let's go ahead. We're going to stamp our sentiment from the Pet Love stamp set. And it says, I woof you. And I'm going to stamp in Misty Moonlight ink. And I'm going to stamp it just right here. It fits just perfectly in the space I have. And then I am going to just glue it at the top here, but I'm going to have my right edge to the right side of my Misty Moonlight layer. So it's going to go glue almost all the way, but just kind of avoid the tips there so you don't get glue on that section. And we're going to have it fairly high up because I want to allow some room for the bone and the little heart. So these were die cut. I die cut everything ahead of time because there's a lot of little pieces. So we have here a bone, which you can probably see that better, in basic white cardstock, and then a small little heart in red, real red cardstock. So I'm going to pop both of these up with mini dimensionals. And so we're going to have that. I'm just going to kind of line it up right there in between those two words. And then a little mini dimensional here for my heart. And I am going to just tuck it right there, kind of fill in that space. Okay, so that is panel number 2. So I may have to move these over here. Let's move those over here. I think we got a little more space there. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to do the middle panel, and that is panel number 3. This is the one with those little dog paw prints in the corners. And for this one, I am going to need a large die cut circle. This is a 3-inch circle from the Stylish Shapes dies, and it is in basic beige cardstock. Now, what I want to do for this one is I'm going to take crumb cake ink, and I'm going to take those cute little paw prints from the stamp set, and I'm just going to kind of make a little bit of an accent border here along the left side of the circle. So I'm going to do this a couple of times. I'm going to stamp just along the left, and you know what? I picked the wrong color. What did I pick? I picked basic beige. Hold up. Let me grab the right one. All right. So I actually die cut an extra of these, so we'll get rid of that one. I don't know, I just don't like the basic beige is too green for me on the ink. I like the cardstock, but I don't care for the ink. It's just a little too much of a green hue. All right, so then we're going to go around here, and there we go. All right, now we're back on track. All right, so next what we're going to do is that's going to go there. Then I'm going to stamp the bandana from the bundle, and that is going to be, now there's actually two bandanas. One, you have this really cute one that has a little hatch work on it, but you also too have a really cute one where you can die cut the base, and then you would just die cut this super cute little polka dot one. So, which you wouldn't even have to have any stamping for at all. It's really cute. So, but I am going to do the one that's stamped, and I am stamping in Misty Moonlight ink on Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I have already die cut this out, so ahead of time. So you would just run it through the die cutting machine with your Pet Love die. So we have that right there. And then I die cut out another red charm in real red cardstock. We have that, and then we have another bone in basic white cardstock. I feel like I am missing a bone, but I know it. There it is. I see it. Okay, so then we're going to do that. So let's go ahead. We're going to glue some of this down. We're going to pop some of it up. So I am going to glue the circle on flat, and I'm basically going to have it kind of rotate this way so that the paws are kind of going around the bend here. Now I'm going to pop up my bandana with some dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just going to have that go this way across this circle. Then I'm going to take my heart charm, pop it up with a dimensional. And then I'm going to add one more element, and that's going to be the dog bone. Now I am going to pop this up with mini dimensionals. And yes, Liz, you are right. This would make such a fun gift for a pet sitter, maybe your favorite veterinarian, your dog groomer. I heard somebody telling me earlier that they were going to make one of these for their dog groomer. How awesome. What a fun gift this would be for them. You know what? I don't want that on that one. That's too high. Okay. I'm only going to put a dimensional on the part that's going to hang over, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here for the other end that's going to sit on the heart. So I'm going to have it go like this. Hello, Linda. Thanks for joining us. Love it. First time watching. Amazing. I hope that do you have the Pet Love bundle already? It's such a fun bundle. Okay, so we've done 3 panels. Panel 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to go to the lower. Now here's the finished sampler that we're making. So now we've made these 3 panels. We're going to make these last 2 that are small, and then we're going to work on the really tall one. All right, so let's put this to the side, And then we're going to work on our panel 4. Now this one's pretty easy. It uses that paper tags die set that I was telling you about. Coincidentally, it just happens to look like a dog bone, and I thought it was perfect. So we're going to do that. And then I have 2 tiny little red hearts in real red. So let me tell you, this was basic beige. These are real red. And I am going to stamp the sentiment. And I think this is the last of the stamping we have today. And it says, love comes with 4 paws. So I'm going to stamp this on my tag label here in Misty Moonlight ink. There you go. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a dab of glue on each end. And I'm going to put on the red hearts just to tie in those colors and add a fun little accent on each end here. There. Okay, let me just, oh gosh, I have them going in different directions. Hold up, hold up. What did I do? What did I do here? Well, let's rotate this one around. There we go. Beauty of having multi-purpose liquid glue. It gives me just a little flexibility there. Okay, there we go. Now we're good to go. So I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. And we're going to put that again on one of our squares here. All right, so we got number 4. Number 5, super easy. Again, another circle, but in real red, measures the same. What was that, 1 3/4 roughly? Real red cardstock, and then a die cut fish bone from the bundle. That is going to get glued just flat right there. And then I will pop up the circle with dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just going to angle the fishbone just a little bit here. All right, there we go. We've got 5 of our panels. So the last panel is going to be the one where I use the party alphabet dies. They are currently on back order, but they are coming back in later in November. So we have, each of these are die cut in real red cardstock. So I worked backwards on this. So instead of going from the W to the F, I actually layer them from bottom to top. That way I can make sure they all fit, because they do kind of little snug here on this panel. So we're just going to glue all of these flat. Now, you can, if you want, this is just a little tip if you choose to do so. We do also sell foam adhesive sheets where you could die cut these letters out and have them really pop up. That would be really cool as well. All right, so let's see. We're going to have this angled here. And then this is going to go here. And I just need to make sure. It looks like I do. I'm going to have room. And then the last one right here. The only thing, though, about the foam adhesive sheets, it might be a little tricky to get them to overlay. That's the only thing. So you might want to stick with it being flat, now that I'm thinking about it. All right, so then next what I did, there are, believe it or not, there is a circle. Where is my circle? Right here. This circle die is part of the bundle, part of that die set. So this circle, you're going to die cut in basic beige cardstock. Then you're going to die cut the cute little ball. I did that in Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I'm just going to glue it right here on top of my beige circle. Oh, I love that I did, Linda, adding a picture of the pet. Oh, that would be so cute. I love it. Definitely, you could replace any of the panels and do that. I love that idea. Okay, so now I'm going to take more dimensionals. Let's pop up the circle. And And so I'm going to, oh, nope, not there. So right here where I have my W's, or W's, my O's coming together, I'm going to just add my little ball there. Then I'm going to add the bone. I'm going to use a mini dimensional. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of glue, mini dimensional just on one end, a little bit of glue on the other end. And I'm just going to have it just right there at an angle. All right, so all of our panels are done. And then we are going, and I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, because when I'm doing a sampler, I have a little bit of a challenge getting it straight. So this is my goal, right? This is what I want it to look like. So now I'm going to add it to my white layer and then the early espresso layer. But I am going to be using some Stampin' Seal to put that on just temporarily till I like it. And then I will go back and I will add it permanently on there. So I am going to, let's add this here, lay this out. And I'm going to put that one there. And this one here. Okay. All right. So like I said, just a little bit of a temporary adhesive until I know it's what I want. So basically, if you start out and you have pretty much an equal distance here on this long panel, I find that is a good place to start. That usually gets you on track. Then start adding, you know what? I'm going to go, let's do the other one here. Let's go to the mouse panel. We'll do the same thing. We'll try to have it so it's equidistant. And then I will put in between, I will just split the distance here, add that one. I'm going to do the same thing here at the bottom for my little dog bone sentiment. Okay, I may not have this quite right. That's why we do it temporarily, because I don't always get this just perfect. Okay, and then right here, we're just going to kind of center this right here in the middle. And there we go. All right, so you can, once you get it where you like it, you can put it on permanently. Then what you'll do is you will come and you will add it onto your large, your 12 by 12 brown sheet. You can use different colors. You could use red, you could use blue, whatever color you want. I just thought it would be fun to use the early espresso. So I'm going to be adding again temporarily. Adding this on, and I'm going to do my best to center it. And there we go. All right, so this is the project today. Now I will be gone next week for Stampin' Up's on a backstage leadership conference, but I have an ordering special for you while I am gone. So if you would like these supplies, the cardstock supplies and the 2 background pieces, I will be sending that as well. I will send it to you free with a minimum of a $50 order from today as well as through next Saturday, the 15th. Linda, I just noticed your comment. Actually, as part of my email list, you will get the project sheet for this in tomorrow's email at 3 o'clock Central Time, so you don't have to purchase it. But if you would like all your pre-cut cardstock pieces shipped to you, this is what your kit will look like. I will die cut out the letters for you. I will have all the cardstock pieces, all the panels pre-cut for you. You will need the Pet Lab bundle to be able to actually stamp and die cut all the pieces that are part of that bundle. But you can shop, just make sure you select me as your demonstrator. My shopping link is in this video description, and this promotion will run from today until Saturday, November 15th, 2025. And then I will be shipping them out later in November because I'm going to need some time when I get back to be able to order and prep everything for you. All right, guys, so if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next Friday. what is that? The 14th. I just said the date. Okay, November 14th at 3 o'clock Central Time. I have one more Pet Love project to share with you. So if you don't already have the Pet Love bundle, I would definitely add it to your list. It's super cute. And a quick reminder, I am going to be doing the Pet Love Craft Along on Tuesday, November 25th at 2 o'clock Central Time. I will be adding the tutorial for the Pet Love Craft Along. I don't think I've added that to my PDF store yet, but I will get that added for you. The cost is $12 to be able to do that tutorial. And then you can prep your supplies and craft along with me. Because yeah, all my kits, they're going out the door tomorrow. Those who purchased a kit, I don't have any more left. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We will see you in a week. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.